was the fertile part of the garden after a season of growing, going into a new year with no amendments. I want to know where it's at it. At last, mainly just some NPK. I don't need a mineral. That is a light coating of vermiculite over top. I want to show the proper way to take a soil test. The way I like to do it, just use a couple of garden trowels because they're already about 6-7 inches long. The directions on all your soil samples say to take a slice of soil. So I'm going to press this down all the way and pull up a slice. And then I need to go back down and grab that bottom couple inches. Let me show you again. Watch out, Annie. So we're going to take a slice of soil, 6 inches down or so, pull that up, and then I'm going to go back down and grab that bottom inch, just like that. That way I have an accurate reading of 7 inches down. Okay. So I took one soil test. I paid for 2 this year. I took one down here at the bottom of the garden where the soil's a lot darker, a lot more fertility. So I wanted to get an accurate reading of how was the fertile part of the garden. And then up here, I took a second soil test because it's a lot sandier at the top of the hill. So furthermore, down here, I've been growing all last season off of just what I amended with and fertilized with last spring, so the spring of 2020. This up here was fertilized in the fall last year. So this way I'm going to get a reading of how is my bottomland fertile soil, how is that after a season of growing, going into a new year with no amendments. I want to know where it's at its worst. And then for my really bad soil up at the top, I want to know where that's at its best after I've already amended and let things compost and soak in. Okay. Okay, so I got my 2 soil tests here and Fritzy. The one on the left is from the top of the garden. The one on the right is from the bottom. I'm going to do 2 soil tests this year because I really want to differentiate these 2 soils and not be fertilizing both the same way anymore. I had been for a long time. Furthermore, I want to fertilize the top soil, the one on the left here from the top of the garden. I want to fertilize that probably twice a year, the second time not being as heavy as in the spring. The springtime feeding will be exactly what the soil test recommends. The fall feeding will be a lot less, mainly just some NPK. I don't need to mineralize and all that. I can do that again in the spring. I know a lot of people say mineralize in the fall. If you're doing it every year anyway, it doesn't matter. They don't eat minerals that quickly. Good catch.